Hello, and welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. So, EZA Videl's event is live in-game. It is weak to the Earthling category. Now, for some goddamn reason, they decided to make this thing incredibly, really tanky. Like, it's kind of stupid. Like, I was shocked when I had... Okay, so my first rotation was 2 Yamchas and Master Roshi. And even that, using their active skills, wasn't able to one-shot stage 1. Which is like, how? How is Yamcha's active skill not damaging enough to one-shot the first stage of this EZA event? And then as I've been going through this, right, I've learned that these Videls, right, they kind of just eat the damage. They don't really take a whole lot. There's a Rainbow Roshi, and I believe it's Truth Roshi, is literally gonna do fuck all. Right? I mean, he kind of does damage, but, like, you can see what I mean, right? That was 11 million attack stat, and this EZA event just kind of ate that. Now, they don't, like, Videl doesn't really have any damage reduction against pretty much anything, except for extreme classes, except for AGL. So, extreme AGL, perfectly fine. All other extreme classes you just can't use, and then you feel free to use any other Earthling you have. The majority of the Earthlings aren't extreme class anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. But they really did make this thing really tanky. I've been, like, struggling going through this. It took me so long. I was gonna do this last night, right? I had this whole thing planned. I was gonna do it last night. I was gonna be like, yahoo! I was gonna hear EZA event done, then I was gonna wake up and I was gonna do the showcase. And then I literally spent, like, 45 minutes getting to this point, and I was like, I'm just not even gonna do that tonight. I'm just gonna go to bed. So that's what I ended up doing. So now we're here. We're gonna get her done. I've seen a lot of talk about Videl on the Twitters, right? Now, Videl's a very interesting unit because I feel like people both underrate her and overrate her at the same time, which is kind of odd to me. Like, I don't see a reason for people to call her the best, like, EZA unit, right? But I've seen people call her, like, trash, and it's like, that's also just not true. I think she's incredibly powerful. I think she's very, very good, right? She has her uses. She can do insane amounts of damage, right? She has her dodge chance, which is also really nice. So I think she has really good value, but, like, calling her the best EZA TUR, I think, is a bit of a stretch, in my opinion, right? I think it's not accurate to what she's actually doing, because she has instances in which she can get pretty much beat the hell up, which is kind of tragic for her. I would have liked if she was just, like, a little bit more, like, tight-knit. But, like, what are you gonna do? It happens, right? Some things happen. Some things just don't end up working the way you think they're gonna work, and it's like that sometimes. And there's nothing you can really do about that. But Videl, I do think she'll be very effective, especially on the Roshi team. There's a lot of support flowing on the Roshi team. I don't personally have her best linking partner on that team, which is Bunny Bulma, right? She works really, really well with Bunny Bulma. I also do think that she's going to be pretty effective on the Majin Buu Saga team, just because there's a lot of Gohans on that team. So you can get her unit super attack, and that'll make her do just stupid amounts of damage, right? So you have, like, these options that I think could really, really work for her. It's just that she is a unit that I think is going to be most effective as, like, a slot 3 floater, right? Because she has her 70% dodge chance, she has all her gimmicks or whatever, right? And she gets a bunch of additional attack and defense when she's in slot 3. So that is, you know, pretty nice. But one thing I did see here, let me just make sure I'm not, like, talking on my ass. Let me just look this up real quick. I'm pretty sure if Videl's in slot 3, she is completely immune to AoE attacks, right? I'm pretty sure she has 140% dodge chance in slot 3 before she attacks. Because I don't think her dodge before she attacks is slot restricted. I'm pretty sure she just gets that, like, regardless. It might be slot restricted, but I'm not sure. If it's not slot restricted, then she has 140% dodge chance before she attacks, which is, you know, kind of fire, right? But if it is, then, oopsies. You know what I mean? But as you can clearly see here, right, the Yamcha active is nothing. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's slot restricted. So Videl, if she's in slot 3 at the start of the thing, because I don't believe her dodge, right? Her slot 3 dodge that is active if she's just in the position. Right? Well, I don't know if that is in position or if that's when she actually does an attack in slot 3. If it's when she does an attack in slot 3, then it doesn't matter, but she'll still have the 70% dodge chance before she attacks anyway, so she just has a permanent 70% dodge the entire time. But if it's not, like if it activates the second, like, the rotation starts, like, and she's locked in slot 3, right? Then she potentially has 140% dodge chance before she attacks in slot 3, which is kind of funny, right? I'd have to test that. Like, if someone puts Videl in slot 3 and she gets hit by an AoE attack, we know immediately, right? But if she literally never gets hit by an AoE attack ever, I think that's kind of funny and could have some niche use. Now, I don't know how often you're going to be seeing that, except for, like, the Gogeta fight in the blue zone, right? We haven't really gotten a whole lot of AoE content recently, which is good because we had way too much of it last year, right? Pretty much every single fight had an AoE. It was an int class AoE. It was just everywhere. So I'm kind of glad we stepped away from that, except for Gogeta himself, right? But if that's how it works, that's how it works, and it's pretty funny. If not, it happens. But I do think Videl is going to be, like, pretty damn good. I think she's probably just a better version of STR Kefla. Because, like, I've been using STR Kefla a lot, right? If you've seen any of my Roshi gameplay, right? Like, I did a Roshi showcase, but Kefla was in there. If you were in the stream and we actually, when the producer letter happened, and I was using Roshi for a bit, I used Kefla a lot in there, right? So I have a lot of usage of Kefla on the Roshi team, and she performs pretty well. The difference between Kefla and Videl is that Kefla needs orbs to be able to dodge, and Videl does not. She does not have any of those kind of restrictions, right? She just has her shit, depending on what turn she's in, right? And what slot she's in. So I think there's a very high likelihood, right, that, especially on this specific team, Videl's just going to be a better Kefla, because you don't have to worry about, like, getting orbs of her at all. You can just slap her in slot 1, 2, 3, and she'll be perfectly fine. Probably not slot 2. Definitely not slot 2. I think that'd be probably your worst place, because she doesn't have the dodge, right? There's no dodge in slot 2. It's just in slots 1 and 3. Which is in slot 2, she just gets, what, an additional like, super or something like that? I'm pretty sure it is, just an additional super attack. Yeah, and super additional touch, just like, whatever. Right, I mean, sure, maybe if you're gonna kill anyway, and you have, like, you have big faith in Bunny Bulma, sure. Why not? Right? Slap her in slot 2, and if the fight ends, right? But I feel like you're probably still just better off putting her in slots 1 or 3. Probably slot 3. But it is what it is. I do think she's definitely better than Videl. Or not better than Kefla, better than Gotenks, right? Because Gotenks takes too long, and Videl is just like that, turn 1. Who else came out recently? Exchange Boo. How do we feel about her versus Exchange Boo? Because I feel like that is a good... I think she's in that tier. Exchange Boo, Tech Ultimate Gohan, and Videl. I think that's probably where, like, she kind of sits. I think that makes a lot of sense to me, right? Where she's, like, in that range of, like, being, you know, pretty good, but, like, has some quirks to her, right? That Exchange Boo kind of tier. I think that fits her pretty well. I don't know if I like her better than Exchange Boo, because mainly I can't really rate Exchange Boo that highly, because I don't have Fat Boo, right? I don't have In Fat Boo on my account. So I can't sit here and be like, oh, you know, Exchange Boo's kind of mid. He's kind of mid. And I don't have his best linking partner, right? Now, I've used Exchange Boo, right? Exchange is pretty good. I know how good he can be. I've seen him with Fat Boo. And I'm trying to decide in my mind whether or not I feel like his damage reduction plus defensive abilities outweighs the fact that Videl is going to be one-shotting pretty much everything. Right? Sure, she has a little bit of risk because she only has a 70% chance to dodge, but, like, that's a pretty high chance. Like, you're probably gonna get that. So, I don't know. Personally, I'd probably lean towards Videl, right? I think it'd probably go Tech Gohan, Videl, and then Exchange Boo. Right? I think that makes sense. Probably Kefla, then Kefla, because Kefla works really goddamn well on this team. Kind of crazy. think that'd probably be it. We haven't gotten a whole lot of EZA TURs this year. We've got a lot of EZA LRs, though. And those have been all pretty goddamn swaggy. Right, all just kind of cooked. No, yeah, it's probably my thoughts. I probably should just like the second best. I've seen people say that Tech Ultimate Gohan isn't even like that good anymore, and I'm like, have you guys like used Tech Ultimate Gohan? Like, he doesn't do very good in the Goku Frieza fight. He hasn't died for me. I used him in my first run. Y'all can watch the video. I had terrible RNG Tech Ultimate Gohan, and he took double digits from the Goku Frieza normals. So, just saying. And he actually did damage, surprisingly. Especially if he transforms. So I don't know. People overreact. They want Tech Gohan to be bad, so goddamn bad, and I don't get it personally. But that's the easy event done. Let's go ahead and awaken her. That way I don't forget by the time we do the actual showcase, and then we can go ahead and hop right on into that once we're done here. Luckily, there's no copyrighted music playing, so we're pretty chill there. All right, Videl. Let's give you these. I'm actually really excited for this. Well, I do have one copy, so I can actually change her build up a little bit. I probably will do that. Just a teensy-weensy bit. Give her a little bit more dodge in her passive. Alright. So that's Videl. Let's see, where is she at? Let me just bring her up real quick. Ooh. And then we can end this video. Videl Pookie. There you are. Alright, cool. So, that's Videl. Let me know how you guys feel about her in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.